In this tour, I'll take you through some of the highlights of AffinityLive. Firstly though, I'd like to talk to you a little about why we created AffinityLive. See, while technology has revolutionized many industries over the past few decades, the professional services sector has been largely left behind. As a result, many professional service businesses are still stuck using spreadsheets, whiteboards, and other manual, error-prone processes to try and manage their business and the work that they do for clients. Of course, there are tools that you can use to help you manage your professional service business, such as, say, CRM software to help manage your clients, or perhaps some timesheet software to keep track of the time your staff spend working on different projects. Unfortunately though, most of these systems don't actually talk to each other. They don't integrate. The other problem with a lot of this software is that it's not designed for professional service businesses, which makes it cumbersome, hard for your staff to use, which makes even more management challenges sometimes than it actually solves. To try and solve this problem, we created AffinityLive, a web-based software package that's designed to help you manage and grow your professional service business. With AffinityLive, you're able to have one affordable, central location to manage all of the work you do for your clients, from proposal all the way through to payment and everything in between. Let's kick off by having a closer look at a couple of the modules in AffinityLive. The Clients and Contacts module is in many ways the heart of AffinityLive. Since AffinityLive is all about managing the work you do for your clients, knowing who your clients are is pretty important. One of the most common ways to use the Clients and Contacts module is through the search engine. Using search, you're able to find people by company name, contact name, email address, even their phone number, which can be really handy if you get a missed call from a number you don't know. When you look at a particular client record, the first thing you'll see is a list of recent interactions between your team and your client. A bit like a Facebook news feed, this activity stream provides a quick and easy way to see what's going on inside a client account. One thing you might notice in this screen is how there are quite a few emails in here. This is because AffinityLive automatically captures and indexes every email that your staff send to clients and receive from clients. This is one of AffinityLive's most popular features. Another thing worth mentioning about AffinityLive is that it's underpinned by a full relational database, which means we can handle the complexity of the real world. So for example, when a client has a series of contacts or people, the contacts are actually stored independently of the client account. This means you can handle cases where a contact is involved with more than one company, say an employee of company A and on the board of directors of company B. If your business wants to, you can add as much detailed client information as you like into AffinityLive. With support for lots of custom fields and segmentations for grouping clients, you can also craft AffinityLive to capture and report on the information that really matters to you. The AffinityLive Sales and Prospects module helps your business development and account management staff track, manage and close opportunities. It's very fast and easy to use since it isn't cluttered with features that your professional service business doesn't need in a CRM or sales system. AffinityLive lets you define flexible processes for managing each type of sale so you can more accurately track the progress of the deal and know what the next step is, as well as capturing key information as you go through the sales process. Another aspect of AffinityLive which is quite powerful is its reporting and dashboard functionality. By splitting your sales into clear types of opportunities and then creating real stages and business processes around them, you're able to create reports which are very simple to understand and also very accurate. You can set up custom fields and search categories and export the results out to a spreadsheet, or alternatively, you can bookmark a particular report to be able to access it quickly and easily later by the dashboard. The AffinityLive Jobs and Projects module helps you to manage your client projects, tasks, budgets and deadlines with ease. Whether you're working on a 3-day or a 300-day project, AffinityLive provides real-time visibility of the work done, the work scheduled, the progress of the tasks that your team are working on, and most importantly, how you are tracking to budget. With AffinityLive's Job and Project module, you're able to put together project plans with ease, using pre-configured templates, or alternatively, starting from a blank sheet of paper. If you build a workflow that you're particularly happy with, and it represents best practice, you can save that workflow out and put it into a template for easy reuse later. By building a workflow for a project, you're able to define particular project components and give them details like budgets, durations, and most importantly, dependencies. So you're able to get a real-time Gantt chart. This way, you can see a project just like you would if you were building it in traditional software, but in this case, it is web-based and live. Project budgeting is also a breeze in AffinityLive, as budget usage for each task is tracked in real time as staff log their hours. Additionally, when staff log time, they're prompted to re-estimate how much work is remaining on the tasks that they're completing. Knowing that a project is active or complete might be helpful, but what if you wanted to know whether it had been delivered to the client for acceptance testing? Or if potentially it's with the service team for training, or has been sent to the accounts department for final invoicing? Wouldn't it be nice to build into your business processes certain fields and checklists? So, for example, you never start a project without first receiving a purchase order. With AffinityLive, you're able to configure business processes and progressions easily. And as a process moves through a series of key steps or milestones, you can configure it so that users are prompted to update fields, enter information, or automatically send out alerts to other members of your team or even clients. Project approvals save a lot of pain in managing a project and approving hours that are logged by staff. Through the approval system in AffinityLive, you're able to go through and look at a list of all of the hours that have been logged, move time around between different tasks and line items in the budget, modify hours between billable and non-billable, and shuffle work as required before then approving and locking that time down to make it ready for invoicing. With the invoicing functionality in the Jobs and Projects module, you're able to quickly and easily go through and create an invoice, either for work that has been done, or alternatively, for a percentage of the overall project budget, which is particularly helpful if you're on a fixed price arrangement. The AffinityLive Service and Support module helps your staff deliver responsive client service with ease and consistency. With the Service and Support module, you're able to log different requests or issues as they come in from clients, including automatically if they were to email a special support address. When staff are working on these issues, they're able to log time, make notes, or even schedule tasks if the particular issue requires follow-up or extra work. The Service module also supports the ability to have different types or classifications of service, so you're able to then allocate time and energy and follow a business process that matches a type of work or service that you're providing. So for example, if a client calls up with a simple tax question, they might be routed down a particular support track which is light, easy and quick. Or alternatively, if they call up and have a really significant problem they need you to work through, you can put them down a more complicated track and have the business process follow accordingly. Because time is logged against the support issue as staff to work on it, you're able to then take that time and either generate an invoice for it, or alternatively, link it back to a support contract or retainer. For more complicated service requests and support issues, staff can create tasks, which then become part of their schedule and work that they need to complete, helping you to manage your resource utilization rather than always pushing support to the end of the queue. The AffinityLive Contracts and Retainers module makes managing these important parts of your business easy. Work done on client projects or against client service requests can be allocated back to a contract or retainer automatically, giving you real-time visibility of available budgets and utilization. The AffinityLive Contracts and Retainers module enables you to see in real time issues like utilization, and you can also generate quick reports and invoices for excess consumption or excess hours that are used against the support contract. Another important aspect of managing contracts and ongoing retainers is making sure that you handle the renewal and invoicing processes. AffinityLive makes this easy with just a couple of clicks to generate a month's worth of invoices based on the details in the retainers, their amounts, and any overdue amounts from previous months. The AffinityLive Invoicing and Payments module takes the headache out of the very important process of billing and getting paid for the work that you do. By having client invoice information inside the same system as your key client database, as well as your work schedule, you're able to achieve a real single customer or client view. AffinityLive also has strong integrations with leading online accounting packages, so you can generate an invoice in AffinityLive and push it across into products like Xero and Sasu automatically. Alternatively, if you're using products like MYOB and QuickBooks, you can generate an export from AffinityLive and then import directly the invoice and payment information very quickly and very easily. A user's tasks across all of the projects they're involved with is combined with their own calendar to present a single view of their utilization. When deadlines change or staff are reassigned, their schedules are updated automatically and instantly. More than a management forecasting tool, AffinityLive's ability to visualize and forecast the staff member's schedule means it can be used to improve their own productivity. Staff can schedule their own time with much more flexibility than a traditional calendar allows, which is ideal in a dynamic professional services workplace. Rather than specifying a specific start or end time for a task on a given day, AffinityLive allows staff to commit to the total time they plan to spend working on a task on any given day. Following on from powerful scheduling, logging billable time in AffinityLive is much easier than traditional timesheets. This is because AffinityLive timesheets are, to a degree, pre-filled based on staff activity and schedules. Finally, another key difference about AffinityLive scheduling and the logging of time is the ability for staff to re-estimate how much work remains on a given task at the same point as they log their hours. This gives managers forward-looking visibility on a project's budget. Having a powerful system with lots of information in it is great. However, if no one actually puts the information in, it really isn't worth anything. Given the importance of email these days, the good news is that AffinityLive works with even the laziest staff by automatically capturing any client emails that are sent or received from your organization and indexing them for later use or reference. So how does AffinityLive's email capture system work? Well, the good news is you don't have to download or install any software. All you need to do is set up a messaging rule to forward a copy of emails across to AffinityLive, and the system does the rest. If an email comes from a client or it's been sent to a client, then AffinityLive will capture and index that email. But if the email address doesn't match anyone who's inside the AffinityLive client database, the email is silently ignored. The benefits of having everyone in your whole business on the same page when it comes to client interaction can't be overstated. For the first time, the left hand can know what the right one is doing without email CC hell and lots of work in progress meetings. Emails are liberated from isolated and disconnected inboxes and are stored and indexed against client records, again, completely automatically. You can search back through all the client emails quickly and easily, and even attachments are automatically captured and indexed too. AffinityLive currently supports Microsoft Exchange, Google Apps, Gmail, Lotus Notes, Novell GroupWise, as well as basic POP3 and SMTP email systems. You can find out more about the nitty-gritty details of how this works at help.affinitylive.com. In addition to automatically capturing emails, AffinityLive also has deep integration into Google Apps and Microsoft Exchange. With the Google Apps and Exchange integration, AffinityLive is able to access and synchronize details from your contact list, your calendar, and also your tasks. The contact integration works by pushing contact details from AffinityLive down into your contact address book. These details then appear in, for example, your Outlook contact list, and if they're changed in Outlook, they then synchronize back up into AffinityLive. The same thing occurs for Google Contacts. Another key aspect of integration is the ability to automatically synchronize calendar and appointment records. So, for example, you can create an appointment inside AffinityLive and push that across into your Google Calendar. And then if you edit that information in the Google Calendar, it pulls the changes back into AffinityLive. Of course, the same applies for Outlook and Exchange. With Microsoft Exchange, we're also able to synchronize your tasks. So if you create a task in AffinityLive with a deadline and a number of hours against it, that task, along with the reminder, will be pushed down from AffinityLive into Exchange and appear in Outlook. The benefits of the Google Apps and Exchange integration are numerous, not the least of which is that these two platforms are some of the most popular places to synchronize your smartphone, such as your BlackBerry, iPhone, or your Android device. By synchronizing AffinityLive with Google Apps or Exchange, you are then able to synchronize your mobile phone so that contact details in AffinityLive or scheduling information which AffinityLive pushes is then able to be accessed from your mobile phone wherever you are. AffinityLive is the world's first integrated client, work, service, retainer, schedule and account management system for the professional services sector. The best way to evaluate whether AffinityLive is right for your business is to give it a try. You can simply sign up for a free trial today and be up and running in no time. Just click on the pricing and sign up link at the top of affinitylive.com. Thanks very much.